Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 275, and today is our lesson number 8, day number 8. Let's take a look at it. Turn to page 275, problem number 6. We are told that on a certain expressway we have exit J, K, L and M in that order. Alright? So we have exits J, K, L and M. The question simply is, what is the distance from K to L? That's all. K to L. So here are the exits in this order: J, K, L and M. What is the distance from J to L? This distance right here. Let's look at the first statement. The first statement tells us that the distance from J to L is 21 kilometers. J to L is 21 kilometers. Let's take a look at it, see what we can do here. So, knowing that J to L, knowing that this is 21 kilometer, does that help us? We are interested in this distance here from K to L. Knowing this distance from J to L, knowing the fact that J to L is 21 kilometer, does that in any way help us? Does that in any way enable us to ascertain what the distance might be from K to L? The answer, of course, is no. Not unless we know the distance from J to K. If somehow we can figure out the distance from J to K, and knowing that the distance from J to L is 21, we can subtract that figure from here, figure out what K to L is. But we have no knowledge of the distance from J to K. They don't give it to you. They tell us the distance from J to L is 21 kilometers. That statement by itself is no good. So we put down AD, BCE. And again, one more time, I'm reminding you. I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing. If you do not know what I just did here, AD, BCE, that simply means that you have not watched the introduction. Make sure you watch this video. GMAT Data Sufficiency Intro, and you will understand what I did here. So J to L is 21 is not enough, which means the answer cannot be A, it cannot be D. It's got to be either B, C or E. Let's look at second statement. The second statement, they go on to tell us that K to M is 26. K to M is 26. So let's put down K to M. K to M is 26. K to M. That statement by itself, knowing that K to M is 26, is that going to be able to tell us, is that going to be able to help us answer our question? Our original question was, how much is K to L? K to L. Knowing that K to M is 26, again, does not help us with our objective. This is 26. That does not help us with our objective, which is to figure out the distance from K to L. That statement by itself is also not enough, which means the answer cannot be B. It's got to be either C or E. Let's put them together. This is where things are going to get prickly. This is where you have to pay attention. If you put the two statements together, and if you're not careful, if you're not paying attention, by looking at this picture, it seems obvious that if this from here to here is 21 and from here to here is 26, it seems obvious that from here to here must be 5. That is not the case. That is not the case. Here's what's going on. Let's see, where can I put it here? Let's put them together. Let's do the together part up here. Here's what's going on. We do not know, you see, what we do not know is how much of this thing is overlap. This part here from here to here, this area, and from here to here, this is the distance that is overlap from J to L and K to L. We do not know how much of that distance is the common distance, the overlapping distance, if you like. We do not know how much J to L overlaps K to M. This part here that is overlapping, we do not know how much that distance is. For example, K to L could be 20 kilometers. Let's do that here. K to L could be 20 kilometers. This distance here. Let's see if you can follow my logic here. This distance could be 20 kilometers. In which case J to K would simply be 1, because we know J to L is 21. In which case J to K would be 1, and L to M would be 6. If we were to pretend that K to L is 20, if K to L is 20 and K to M is 26, then this will be 6. That's one scenario. There are infinite scenarios. We're just going to talk about two. There are infinite possibilities. Or we could have a situation like this. K to M, K to L could be just 1 kilometer. We're going to reverse it. Could be just 1 kilometer. Okay, watch this. I'm going to switch the color. I'm not going to erase anything, but I'm just going to switch the numbers. Instead of K to L being 20, it could be just 1. In which case, this guy, instead of being 1, would be 20. Because again, 20 plus 1 is 21, which is what we are told. We are told J to K is 21. So J to K could be 20 kilometers, in which case K to L would be 1 kilometers. And if K to L is 1 kilometers, and since we know that K to M is 26, if K to L is 1 kilometers, this would, instead of being 6, will end up being 25. You see? Again, if it's 25, K to M is 1 plus 25, which is 26, which is what we're told here, and J to L would be 20 plus 1, which is 21, which is what we're told here. As you can clearly see, we do not know how much they overlap. It could be just 1 kilometers, in which case J to K could be 20 kilometers, and L to M could be 25. And these are just only two possible scenarios. In one scenario, we set up in such a way that K to L was 20 kilometers. In the second scenario, we set it up in such a way that K to L was 1 kilometers. We switch. Instead of 1 plus 20, here we have 20 plus 1. In either case, J to L is 21. That doesn't change. We haven't changed anything. In either case, J to L is 21, and in both cases, K to M is 26. You can have 1 plus 25, or you can have 20 plus 6. 20 plus 6 is 25, and 1 plus 25 is 26. In both cases, it is 26. We do not know how much they are overlapping. Therefore, putting them together is not enough. The answer is E. 1 and 2 together are not enough. 1 and 2 together is not enough. We do not have sufficient data, which is why it's called data sufficiency. We don't have sufficient data to answer the question, to be able to answer the question. The question being, what is the distance from K to L? To which our answer would be, how the hell do we know? It depends on how they're overlapping. If it makes it easier, here I'm going to show you one more time, a little bit differently. Okay? I need a lot of room, so I'm going to erase, but I don't want to erase any of this important stuff here. Look, let's do it here. Okay, let's do it here. I'm going to draw a line here, J to L. Okay, one last thing here. Here's your K to M, and here's your J to L. J to L. This is J, and this is L. J to L is 21. And then, look, and then, see if I can find. Even though this is very long, this is much longer, but don't worry about it. It's not drawn to scale. And this point, watch what happens. J to L is 21. J to L is 21. Now, K to M is 26. I want you to imagine that this point right here is K, this is K, and this is M. K to M is 26. This is what I'm showing here in the bottom one. K to M. This is K to M. What we don't know is, how is it sitting? Is it sitting like this with only 1 kilometer of shared area? The shared distance would be K to L. Or is it sitting like this with 20 kilometers of shared distance? Or is it sitting here? We do not know how this guy is sitting, or it could be sitting here, or it could be overlapping completely. We do not know. Well, it wouldn't overlap completely thoroughly altogether, because in which case J to K would be 0. It can be 0, but it could be damn close to 0. J to K could be a distance of only 1/10 of a kilometer for all we know. It could be just 1/10 of a kilometer, or it could be just 1 kilometer, as case is here. Or it could be 20 kilometers. Or J to K could be a distance of 24.9 kilometers. 24.9 kilometers would make it K to L only 0.1 kilometer. We do not know how this guy is sitting. It could be sitting like this. This guy could be sitting like this. It could be sitting like this. This is K and this is M. K and M. K and M. This is 26. We don't know where it's sitting. And this is K and this is L. As you shift the K around, the distance from K to L changes. There is no way of telling. It seems like there is enough information, but there isn't. This is a tricky question. That's it. I was going to do one more questions today, but I think I'm going to stop here because it's pretty long already. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.